This podcast is made possible by supporters like you. Mahalo. And by Atlas Insurance Agency, Hawaii's largest professional agency, helping Hawaii navigate insurance solutions since 1929. More at atlasinsurance.com.
Aloha mai kako. Welcome to a new episode of What's Going? Start every conversation with that question. And I'm Ron Mizutani. Today we're going to be talking about an island favorite that is an absolute must-have on every plate lunch. Talking about the irresistible, the iconic mac salad. I'm going to say Hawaiian mac salad because I know on the U.S. mainland they make macaroni salad, but it's very, very different. And I want to welcome back my dear friend to the program because when it comes to food, local food in general, I don't know of anyone who I would trust more with my life.
Oh,
true story.
Mahalo.
Yeah, but
Wow.
he couldn't be here today, so I called up Gooch.
But he's not here.
He's not. So Chef Mark Noguchi, welcome back to PBS.
Yeah, mahalo, brother. I appreciate it.
False
well
crack.
played.
False crack.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go any further, I gotta ask, what's going on?
You got to put an S in the end.
Okay.
So I went to Punahou Roosevelt Kalani Kamuki, short stint at Acids, and then Hilo.
So that's
It's
you're
a few.
well traveled.
Yeah, well, you know what's funny is with Amanda and we shouldn't do it anymore. We're in our 10th year this Sunday.
Awesome, congrats.
And but when we first started dating, after a couple of years of it, like, oh, it's my classmate. So your classmates are like half this state. Now she just rolls her eyes, but
Yeah,
yeah.
because you weren't lying.
I wasn't. I just school wasn't my gig. Back then it was I learned better outside. I learned better, more tactile, and I kind of had to find that way.
And you found
And
your way.
found it to Hilo. Yeah,
You found it to Hilo. Changed your life, Hilo did.
changed my life.
Yeah.
It really did. It my mother's family was from Pi'ihonua, and long story short is that my mother's mother, so my grandma, my old bachang and her sister got into a huge beef, and they split and stopped talking, and then about a year or so in to living in Hilo, one day I called home and was talking to mom, and she goes, I got something to tell you. She goes, you have a big family in Hilo. And I was like, what? Told me the whole story, and then started to find my cousins, and then it kind of made sense how I ended up there.
Everything happens as is.
Yeah,
for a reason,
good
right?
stuff. Yep.
You followed him on Wahine there, from what I understand.
Follow Wahine there, good memory.
She
And
dumped you.
she like 2 days later. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
Who can blame her? It's like you have this boyfriend on another island,
Right.
and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna move to your island, but not because of you. I can imagine her being like, right, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Interesting you share that. I stayed in Hawaii coming out of high school, and I went to UH Manoa because I still had Wahine here. 2 weeks into college, she dumped me.
Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? It all worked out.
It
And
does.
stranger things happen. Now, I know in Hilo, your love for food, island, Aina, was probably existing already, but really you were able to really grasp that and fall in love with the islands even deeper. Is that where you learned hula?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually, growing up, in my family at that time, I was the only person that listened to Hawaiian music. My first album was Brothers Casimiro, and
sorry.
Robert and Uncle Roland, and yeah, your song contest coming out again, huh?
Yeah. No, we don't even talk about that. Yeah.
But always wanted to hula. Yes. Never had the opportunity. And so long story short was when I decided to, go back to school, and I was at HCC, Hilo Community College, I was taking 101, and my kumu was Kekuhi Kanaele. And so after about the second week, and kind of asked her, I said, Kumu, I said, can I ask you a question? I said, I always wanted to hula my entire life. And I said, but never had the opportunity. Do you think you could have a suggestion? And she kind of looks at me up and down, and she's like, no, not really. But let me think about it. Not realizing who I was talking to, obviously.
Yes.
Right? So at the end of the semester, she was sort of like, Noguchi, she goes, you remember that question about hula? She said, are you serious? And I said, yup. She goes, well, our family, we have this small halau. We have a small halau. We take new students about once every 5 years. It's been a while, but she said my mom's gonna open up the class. So if you're serious, why don't you come down? And I remember it's really cool, in the Hilo Tribune, in the classifieds, seriously, it was like, I looked it up later, and there's like this little thing like, now taking new students halau
That is
kekuhi,
beautiful.
and
Yeah.
still have no concept of what I'm getting into. And I remember that first night, in Hilo Army, the class was like 6 rows deep, students still going out. First day happens. I can't believe I'm here. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. And Kekuhi and Kaipo, they give their talk about halal and the commitment, and talking about how you're gonna see how it shrinks over time. And yeah, remember that 5 rows turned into like 4 by the end of the first month, and then it dropped down to 3, and then it stayed at like 2 for the longest time, at least while I was there. But hula changed my life. If it wasn't for halal kekuhi, I wouldn't have had my eyes open to the world. I wouldn't have seen the way that food brings us together. So yeah, in essence, like, halal eats free for life.
Right. Hey, well said.
Yeah.
Don't forever forget that. I've seen video of you hula, yeah?
No,
I have.
Oh yeah, you hear that? So
That's
I guarantee
right.
you got stuff
Yep.
lying around.
Yep. Hey, you was one handsome Japanese boy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Not that you
Svelte?
was. You was
No.
Hey,
No,
you know what I mean,
no.
though.
Young
we
and
were all
strapping.
a little
I was
svelter.
odd.
Is that a word? Svelter?
Svelter. We
Yep.
can make it.
We can make it a word today. But
That's cool.
yes.
That is cool. You know,
I said, oh my gosh, that's Gooch.
I've never watched halal perform live yet. I get emotional.
I bet.
I miss, and it's not missing like I pine away for it and I wish I was in halal again. There's no way my knees
Right.
would take it.
You cannot duck walk anymore.
No.
We could try it right after this.
I try.
We could
this
try.
puppy,
We'll roll them on social media.
But it's a very, very deep, visceral love. My wife goes. She gets. Our friends take her in with them to Ho'ike, so she's gone to see halal dance a few times. She's always like, "You want to go?" No,
Wow.
I just kind of keep it in here.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's one way of keeping it alive in you too.
Yeah, that's what I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, good stuff. Okay, the reason why I asked you to come, again, because the other brother couldn't come,
Right.
Is Nana, is to talk mac salad. It is a staple. It is, when I go to the plate, no matter where I go, if I'm ordering a plate lunch, and if I get asked the question, right, mac or toss, what a silly question.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's automatic going to be
Yeah.
Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
What makes our macaroni salad so delicious
From
your perspective?
Yeah, two words. Best foods.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise.
Hellman's East of the Rockies, right?
Right.
Or so, yeah, Hellman's East of the Rockies.
We can thank this is plantation stuff right
Yeah.
here we're talking about. So we can thank our Portuguese, I'd imagine, for their love for mayonnaise as well. Our Japanese culture for the noodles, the macaroni. I don't know. What's the history
That is
of
a great question. I've totally dived into the origins of Saimin, and I've thought about the origins of mac salad, and I still haven't. Like macaroni is Italian,
Yes.
per se, but the Italians weren't a large. Did we have a large Italian
No,
immigration population? No, right?
The Europeans, mainly Portuguese.
What you mean in Portuguese? So yeah, I wonder where mac salad came from. Now I'm gonna be on a mission. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
So as far as the real origins of mac salad, I have no idea. I know it as our contemporary side that it is today. You know who might be a great person to ask is Arnold Huera on mac salad. But yeah, I think what makes our mac salad different is the ungodly amount of mayonnaise that we put in it. And for some reason, the macaroni, it sucks it all up, right? Local mac salad is a particular texture.
Why? Tell me about it.
Because it has enough mayonnaise in it so that all the components, when you put it in your mouth, the mayonnaise should essentially lubricate every bit of whatever it is that you put in it. And the first bite, it kind of opens up into your mouth, and you get the textures, and you start chewing. But yet, it's not enough mayo to be oily or greasy or too mayonnaisey, if you will. Yeah.
Yes.
It's this delicate balance. It's just riding that line between too much and too little. Because dry mac salad sucks.
Right. And I've had dry mac salad.
And over mayoed mac salad also sucks.
Yes. It's got to be the right creamy balance.
Yeah, and it has to be enough. You need to hold back on enough mayonnaise that you can still taste the different components, right? You should.
Right.
Is the mayonnaise binds, but still allows each ingredient to shine.
Wow, that was so eloquent about mac salad.
Thanks, Dad.
It's pretty good. You should copyright that.
I was thinking about a career in food recently, Ron, because I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and being a chef doesn't look that hard. But and look at me, my physique.
Never
like
trust
to
a
eat
skinny
and
chef.
cook. Yeah.
Right?
I suppose I'm trying.
It's funny. I would, when I said, hey, I'm going to have Gooch on talking about mac salad, Jesse Makadeng, producer right here to our right, extraordinaire. And he knows food, too. He's blogged about food for magazines and everything. He said, hey, you got to make sure that you address spaghetti-style mac salad.
Oh, yeah?
Right?
Yep.
Because that's how I grew up eating.
KJ's.
No, my mom.
Bango. No,
Yes,
but like
yeah.
KJ. Yeah.
It's because the spaghetti style is different from obviously the mac we have in plate lunches. But
Correct.
I just had, I tell you, I had a Bautista the other day. I had a pancit. The night before that, I went to Shiro's to get mac salad because they make spaghetti mac. Is that even possible? Not spaghetti mac. Spaghetti.
I mean, I call it spaghetti mac.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But what is your go-to when you make mac salad?
Okay, I got turned on to this little shape. It's called ditalini. It's like a elbow macaroni that I didn't know it was supposed to be an elbow, and it's straight. So it's because I like the spaghetti mac salad the way it feels in your mouth.
Yes.
To me, and then I don't put potatoes in my mac salad anymore.
Correct.
From Hey Up Here days,
Yes.
was always kalo. And I'll grate some cooked kalo, and then I'll dice it up, and all that goes
I
in.
remember it fondly.
To me, the elbow macaroni is almost a distraction. To me, the elbow is like one extra turn in my mouth. So when I put it in my mouth, I like the straight.
Right.
When with the spaghetti mac, to me, it's like spaghetti mac usually doesn't have potato. It's usually just spaghetti and then a few other ingredients. So really, when you're eating a spaghetti mac, you're kind of geeking out on the fact that you're eating cold mac salad, but not really. It's this entirely other thing.
Yes.
So I can appreciate that. But for some reason, I don't know.
It's funny you say that it takes extra work because it is the simplicity of it that makes it such a beautiful dish.
I think so.
People add whatever, onion, white onion, celery. Some people put. My mom used to put cucumber, and she used to make. Here's a little thing she used to do. She learned this from my grandma. My grandma could make eating cucumbers sound like it was delicious. The crunch, the mouth a little bit open, inappropriate, kind of like that's rude, grandma.
Yeah.
But she would just dip that in some shoyu and
Shoyu mayonnaise.
By the way, you said mayonnaise. I say mayonnaise too. Some people just say mayonnaise. You ever give it that thought?
Thanks. That's
now I planted the seed.
Mayonnaise. I don't know.
But what grandma used to do is she would take the cucumber, cut it, put it on ice to make it crunchier.
Yep.
I don't know if it really works. But Mama did that with her mac salad, and then she would cut it up with the spaghetti, throw it in.
Cucumber.
Some people put egg.
Yep.
Right? I prefer a little bit egg, not too much.
I grate my eggs into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Onion, not too big and not too much, because
No.
that can really overpower everything.
Nothing sucks worse than like even like a thick cut onion in your burger. Like you bite the onion and that's all you taste for 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not eating myself. I got you.
You got me. Okay. I got to ask you though, because when I went to UH Manoa and my roommates were all athletes from the mainland. One was from Rhode Island. One was from Connecticut. Actually, I had a Samoan from Radford.
Okay.
But he was illegal. He shouldn't have been there. Yeah. I mean, that's a whole different podcast. I remember one day Al Noga showed up to our room.
Wow.
Yeah. This is back because my other roommate was Josie Omalo.
Okay.
They were good friends, defensive line. But Al said, Sole, I'm not Samoan.
Yeah.
Sole, I'll borrow your moped. And of course, that wasn't really a question.
Yeah.
It was, okay.
I'm going to borrow your moped.
Yeah, I'm going to
Got
borrow
it.
your moped. So he took my blue, not Schwinn, what you call that back in the day? Suzuki. And I never saw it again. But he didn't steal it. He just left it somewhere. But anyway, I share that story because it was like a different cultures in our room. I turned our roommates on to L&L driving back in the day. They love barbecue chicken. They did without the rice. They went and ordered fries, whatever. But the mac salad was something they just said, boom, This would be huge in Connecticut. Stamford, Connecticut, oh my God. And this is back in the 80s, you know what I mean? So it's embraced by locals. Even our visitors love mac salad.
Yeah. It's an approachable dish.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's utilizing, I mean, it's a local dish, but it's definitely utilizing ingredients that pretty much all came from the continent.
Right.
And, that's what it is like good food strikes these chords, good food evokes these memories, and it takes you back. Like, your Connecticut roommates didn't grow up in Hawaii, but for some reason when they ate it, guarantee it sparked some kind of a memory.
Yes.
There
Yes.
you go. There's a love.
Yeah. And he said the East Coast would love mac salad. And now I know there's plate lunch stands
Do you
everywhere.
know that there's an L&L in New York?
Yeah.
I mean, they would get. I remember when I first moved to New York, I knew that there was an L&L there, and I think the next day I found it. I think it was Lower East Side, if I'm not mistaken. And they had the Star Advertiser, and they have it.
Smart.
Right, they have some sort of a relationship where they have copies of the newspaper FedEx to them every day.
That's awesome.
This was back in 2000. I don't know if it still does it, but it was pretty cool.
That's because all the transplants too. The marketing is people miss. I mean, look, Zippy's just opened in Las Vegas.
No kidding.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. To long lines and just.
Is
people,
it big? Is it
looked
like
big.
Vegas sized?
I've never been, but it's just off the strip. But yeah, they've been waiting for that moment for a while. I think 2018 they were supposed to do it, then COVID hit, but yeah, the grand opening was very recent. But they too make pretty good mac salad too. Actually,
Yeah, Zippy mac salad is pretty good. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you that question because I asked you before about Simon and such. But who do you think has the best mac salad in town? Besides yourself?
I don't You know what? Honestly, I don't evaluate mac salads around town. Where have I had? I still love KJ's spaghetti tuna. It's one of the last bastions of of canned tuna and spaghetti.
Oh
right?
my gosh! Yes, tuna.
It's one of the last. Yeah. So KJ's is one.
I think
Shiro's makes a good one too.
Makes
Shiro's make a good one too. Zippy's. Those are the ones that come off the top of my head.
Sorry, never mean for folks correct you with that.
No, it's a good one. I
It depends on what you're
appreciate
eating with too. I mean, if you have a nice hamburger steak with brown gravy, the mac salad is just gonna take it.
Brown gravy on your mac salad. Yes.
Automatic.
Yeah, that's
Gravy
a good
all
one. You kind of mix it a little bit and
That's the mayonnaise. My Portuguese friends and family on Kauai, they put mayonnaise on everything.
Yeah.
Right? Beef stew.
Yeah.
Chili.
Yup.
Spaghetti.
Yup.
Anything that tomato sauce.
Right inside.
Bam.
Just a spoonful inside.
And if you've never tried it, folks, it might sound, and it doesn't really look appetizing. It's the bomb diggity.
Yeah, I think you tell most people, and even like a lot of just with the changing diets, a lot of local people, most of us don't put mayonnaise like we used to.
Right.
You tell you throw mayonnaise in your chili and mayonnaise in spaghetti, they're like, like, yeah, you just gotta try it.
Yes.
Yeah, you just gotta try it.
Actually, one of the very popular chilies in town, I won't say it, they put mayonnaise. That's part of the recipe. I won't say where.
I think it's important to still honor these dishes.
Yes.
I'm pretty stoked you asked me to come aboard. In our household, we have, for instance, we have 4, but on any given night, someone's going to pop by for dinner. So we go through, I would say, maybe 10 pounds of rice, and not just white rice. We have all kind of mixed rice. So we probably goes about 10 pounds of rice a month. But when we were growing up, it was 10 pounds of white rice a week in our house. And so while the diet changes, for me, I still want to honor, I still want to honor these old dishes. I'm still going to make mac salad. I'm still going to try and make it the best that I can, even though we might not eat it as much as we used to. Still down to talk about where we're going to go for our best chicken katsu, even though pour brown gravy on your mac salad. Those dishes are part of our identity.
Correct.
So regardless of whether or not it's appropriate to eat it every day anymore.
Yes.
At least for this guy.
Yeah. And this
You
guy.
still got to cook it.
You said, I just wanted to say a couple of my favorites. Besides, I said Shiro's. The old diners in Kalihi, because I used to eat that with chicken katsu.
They put the noodles in it.
Oh,
Chow mein noodles, right? And it was like a half an ounce of noodles at the bottom.
It was crazy good.
Gracie's too.
Gracie's,
yeah.
Or Greasy's, whatever the people used to call it. And finally, Kenny's Burger House.
Oh, good one.
In Kalihi. Again, with just enough brown gravy. But our mac salad is here to stay. And yes, our nutrition, our diets have changed because it's, not as healthy for us. But every once in a while, when somebody says mac or toss,
macaroni. Kai, remember Lance Kosaka, Pineapple?
Yes.
Did you have his garlic chicken sandwich with the macaroni salad?
No, I have never.
Bruh. Okay, hands down, last macaroni dish of my life. I got 10 breaths left in me. I would call Chef Lance and ask him to make me his garlic chicken. So he takes a hoagie bun, garlic, and butters it, griddles it, makes his shoyu garlic chicken, slaps it down, and then puts like a half a scoop of mac salad on top. Ah! How did I forget? Sorry, Chef. I can't believe I forgot that. That is my favorite macaroni dish, whole wide world. It would be the last macaroni bite I would have, is that. And it's just genius. It's like everything that we love in the garlic chicken and in a bun, and you eat it. And who puts macaroni salad on top for like this texture and
Magician.
yeah.
Magic.
That's my final answer on that one.
Hey, and with that, I say thank you to whoever created the mac salad. Mahalo, because you have been a part of our lives ever since. Hey, Coach, thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. I love talking story with you, brother. And thank you for all you do.
And thanks for calling me after the other guy couldn't make it.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah. The other guy, I won't even say his name, but he's inconsistent. Sometimes he sees my name on the call and he just go, Mizutani. Delete.
I'll pick up anytime.
I know you do.
Just to let you know.
You know what? I'm honestly, before we wrap up, you do. During the pandemic, you picked up, and you stepped up in a big way along with a lot of people, and mahalo for that. I mean, that's just who you are. People may not think they know all about you. I don't know all about you, brother. You're one of the busiest guys I know. But you do it from the heart always, and that's evident in the way you cook, the way you communicate. I love your series you did with Toyota when you went out and you got close to the Aina. It was beautiful. Wow. Storytelling. I mean, you are the complete package. And I say that with a lot of, with a lot of girt.
Did you just say you say that with a lot of girt?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you svelte, handsome lad. All right. Take care, brother. Mahalo nui for joining us, boys. Join us next week. I'm feeling kind of svelte myself. Next week, another episode. What's School You Went? Until then, ahuyo.
Huyo.
What School You Went is a PBS Hawaii production. Music by Taimane Gardner. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and tell your friends. You can find us on pbshawaii.org and everywhere you get your podcasts.